Have you ever wondered, could a burst of solar energy disrupt our everyday life on Earth? Imagine, if you will, our sun's immense power periodically releasing colossal flares of energy. These solar flares, as we call them, are more than just cosmic phenomena. They hold the potential to shape and even disrupt life as we know it on our blue planet. The sun's activities, in fact, have a profound influence on Earth. So what exactly are these solar flares? Stay tuned as we delve into the fiery world of solar flares. Solar flares, a term you may have heard, but what does it really mean? Let's peel back the layers of this cosmic phenomenon. Imagine the sun, our very own star, a colossal ball of hot, glowing gases, churning and boiling with intense energy. Now picture a sudden, violent explosion on the sun's surface. This is a solar flare, a magnificent display of the sun's temper, if you will. Solar flares are akin to the sun having a sudden fiery tantrum. These massive outbursts, often associated with sunspots, release incredibly vast amounts of solar energy in just a few minutes. To give you an idea, a single flare can release energy equivalent to millions of 100 megaton hydrogen bombs exploding at the same time. That's more energy than humanity has used in its entire history. These spectacular explosions send out streams of charged particles into the solar system, creating a ripple effect that can be felt millions of miles away. But what triggers these solar tantrums? Well, the answer lies in the sun's magnetic fields. The sun's surface is a hotbed of magnetic activity. These magnetic fields can get twisted and knotted, creating a kind of magnetic tension. When this tension is released, it results in a solar flare. So what about sunspots? Sunspots are cooler, darker areas on the sun's surface caused by intense magnetic activity. These spots are often the birthplaces of solar flares. The more sunspots, the more likely we are to see solar flares. Interestingly, these flares are not just random outbursts. They follow an 11-year cycle known as the solar cycle. During the peak of this cycle, solar flares are more frequent, making our sun an even more dramatic spectacle in the cosmos. So, these solar outbursts are not just fascinating, they're spectacularly powerful as well. The sun, while vital for life on Earth, is a force to be reckoned with, a constant reminder of the raw and untamed power of nature that exists beyond our world. Now that we know what solar flares are, let's understand what they can do. These fiery eruptions from the sun, known as solar flares, can have some significant impacts on our home planet, Earth. They're not just spectacular space phenomena for us to marvel at from a distance, but they can actually play a considerable role in our everyday lives, particularly when it comes to our technology. Firstly, let's talk about communication systems. Solar flares can cause high levels of radiation that can interfere with radio and satellite communications. Picture this. You're in the middle of a crucial international call, and suddenly you lose connection. Or perhaps you're engrossed in your favorite satellite TV show, and the screen goes blank. Frustrating, right? Well, you might have a solar flare to thank for that, but it doesn't stop there. These solar tantrums can also cause power outages. The intense radiation from a solar flare can create a geomagnetic storm when it reaches Earth. This storm can induce currents in power lines, causing voltage fluctuations and, in extreme cases, blackouts. Imagine entire cities plunged into darkness because the sun decided to throw a fit. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? In addition to these terrestrial effects, solar flares can also impact operations in space. Satellites, upon which we rely heavily for weather forecasting, GPS navigation, and many other services, can be damaged by the high-energy particles from a solar flare. This could potentially lead to disruptions in a wide range of essential services. However, it's not all doom and gloom. There's a silver lining to these solar storms too. Solar flares are also responsible for creating the beautiful, mesmerizing auroras we see near the poles, also known as the northern and southern lights. These dazzling displays of light are caused by solar particles interacting with Earth's magnetic field, painting the night sky with an array of enchanting colors. As you can see, the sun's tantrums can have a profound impact on our modern world. So the next time you look up at the sun, remember the immense power it holds and the potential effects it can have on our daily lives. You might be wondering, have we ever felt the wrath of these solar tempests? Well, indeed we have. Our history is speckled with instances where solar flares have plunged us into chaos, albeit momentarily. Let's time travel to the late summer of 1859. It was then that the largest solar storm on record, known as the Carrington event, took place. This colossal flare was so intense that it set fire to telegraph wires, causing widespread disruption. Imagine a time when the telegraph was the height of communication technology, thrown into disarray by a storm from space. Fast forward to a more recent incident in 1989. A powerful solar flare tripped circuit breakers on Hydro-Quebec's power grid, causing a massive blackout in Quebec, Canada. Within seconds, the lights went out for 6 million people, and it took 9 hours for power to be fully restored. These instances serve as stark reminders of the havoc our sun can wreak. It's not just about the beautiful auroras lighting up the sky, it's about the untamed energy of our closest star. The sun, in all its glory, is a force to be reckoned with. So the next time you bask in the warmth of a sunny day, remember that the same sun has the power to disrupt our way of life in unimaginable ways. Indeed, solar flares are not just celestial spectacles, they are potent reminders of our sun's untamed energy. From lighting up our days to potentially plunging us into darkness, the sun certainly holds a lot of power. We've journeyed through the fiery world of solar flares, these magnificent yet potentially catastrophic eruptions that constantly remind us of the sun's might. From their formation to their impact, solar flares are a testament to the awesome power our star holds. Understanding these solar phenomena is not just a matter of scientific curiosity. It's about safeguarding our modern world, our technology, our communication networks, and ultimately, our way of life. The more we learn, the better we can predict and mitigate the effects of these solar tempests. In the grand cosmic ballet, the sun dances with an intensity and power that is both life-giving and potentially life-altering. So next time you feel the sun's warmth, remember it's not just a life giver, it's a force to reckon with. Until next time, keep looking up.